This is not your NBC. This is CAN TV Channel 21, and welcome to Black Star Still Rising. And I'm your host, Stephen Silver Carter, and I'm going to have a repeat guest I'm going to introduce a little bit later in the program. But thank you for being here today. If you haven't told your friends, get them to tune in now. Channel 21, Black Star Still Rising. Give them a call now, all right? Now, as I usually do, because the credits don't roll fast enough at the end of this thing, of my program. So I like to get the credits out where credits are due. First of all, to Philip Jackson, the late founder of the Black Star Project, and who inspires so many of the programs that we'll be talking about at the Black Star, and to his lovely sister, the executive director of the Black Star Project, and that's Gloria Smith. Shout out to Gloria and all of you who know Gloria. Glad that she is the executive director. We wouldn't be here if it were not for a very special person. That's the executive director of CAN TV. And that's Darius Hillman. He's the person that makes these programs possible, who invites nonprofit organizations here like the Black Star Project and allow us to reach out to the community to bring things of interest and of concern to our audience. Can't do this without the folks in the studio. Wave, folks. Wave to Imani Payne and also Rocio Santos, who are in the booth making sure that we do everything right and look good too.
Yeah.
Okay, that's part of what they do. Rocio and Imani waving for me in an audience. Wave out to them. Okay. All right. Thank you for that. And I can't go any further without my crew, my associate producers, and that's Dr. Mike Washington and Ellis Taylor. Hey, guys. Look to see you soon. But thank you, folks, for tuning in today. And as I said, this is an encore 2 times, third time here.
Yeah.
You're getting to be a regular.
Yeah.
This this is my very special guest. This is Michael Roundtree. Michael, thank you for being here. He is also Director of Operations at the Black Star Project. Michael,
Yes, sir.
you've got the floor, so to speak.
Yeah.
You can have the table now, but the floor, so to speak. Go ahead. Tell me a little bit about, I saw such a successful Juneteenth celebration at the corner of Philip Jackson Parkway.
That's right.
Tell us a little bit about what happened.
What was our 5th annual?
5 times.
That's right, 5th annual Juneteenth celebration. And it was very special, this one, because we had over 30 youth vendors.
What?
There. Yeah, it was great.
That jumped from last year, I know.
It was. So it's
I
a huge
saw,
jump.
yes.
And so the students, those youth vendors were selling things from lemonade to bracelets.
Oh, the Lemonade Girls.
They were there.
Girls, they were there. We had them on the show before.
That's right.
But you know, before I forget, Lindsay White, I forgot to thank you for what you've done in promoting that Juneteenth, but also promoting folks are listening in because you got the word out to the folks. Viva voce. Pass it on. That's what Lindsay does.
That's right. Both Lindsay White and Miss Pam Carpenter, we got to shout both of them out. They did a wonderful job in planning and executing that Juneteenth event.
And we'll talk about this a little bit more, but some of these folks are volunteers that make things happen. But go ahead and tell us about the Juneteenth.
Yeah, well, the idea again was to have an event for the community where we can come out and enjoy each other. And celebrate each other. You know, we partnered with quite a few different organizations, the Illinois Fatherhood Initiative being one.
Oh, they gave out a bunch of awards too that day.
An entire array of awards to their essay contest winners. They had winners from kindergarten all the way up to 12th grade.
Well, talk about that one school that they honored. Do you remember? It was De La Salle.
Oh, that's right.
That's my alma mater.
Yeah.
I'm a De La Salle meteor. Class of 58.
Okay,
So
that's right.
Jesus Christ, time passes. But go and tell us some more about that.
They certainly honored De La Salle and honored our own Deacon Price
Oh, that's
with the
right.
Fatherhood Award.
Got the father, a more deserving guy. If we could ever clear a date, he's supposed to be here. He promised me that.
Certainly,
Okay.
certainly. And he has many, many, many great stories, not just Philip Jackson, but deacons all across the city doing the great work of not just the Black Star Project, but of working with the kids in the community. And so he'd be an awesome guest.
Share some of the folks that collaborated with you on making Juneteenth what it was. But I'm so impressed that nonprofit organizations like joined you
Sure.
in collaborating and not feeling competitive. Talk about
That's
about
right.
that.
You know, we had an entire resource center that was filled with non-for-profits, like we say, the Illinois Fatherhood Initiative.
Fatherhood Initiative.
We had the Fatherhood Educational Institute. We had the Little City, the New Leaf, Illinois. We had the Children's Entrepreneur Market.
Okay.
There was the Transitional Training Services, the Bronzeville Black Metropolis Historical Area
Glasses
Society.
on, huh?
That's right. And the Black Revolutionary Collective. We had
Oh, that's a
quite,
new one.
Yeah, we had quite the array of
That
organizations.
sounds like something you should tell us some more. Revolution
Yeah.
might be timely.
Well, well, all of these organizations came together to help
Okay.
uplift our youth and uplift the community during that Juneteenth celebration. It was a fantastic time. And we want to invite everyone to come to our website, theblackstarproject.org.
Write this down, and you're going to repeat that for the folks who don't listen very clearly.
That's right.
Right. Tell them again.
theblackstarproject.org. And on that website, you'll find photos of this event. You know, we have an entire array of things. We want to shout out Hurley Green.
Oh, Hurley does a masterful job of
Yes.
covering the events. But
Exactly.
Please go ahead.
Yeah, and we want to shout him out, and you guys can see those photos both on our website and our newsletters that'll be making their rounds.
Okay. I saw vendors from Philip Jackson Parkway at 35th Street. You go all the way up to 36th Street.
That's right.
On the parkway, on the sidewalk.
That's right. The inner
So-
drive.
Yeah, inner drive. So many things to choose from. And that was not hapstance. It took work by Gloria, your other directors there, in pulling all that together. It took
That's right.
Lindsay. I couldn't believe, I shouldn't say I couldn't believe, but I was so glad to see when I tried to find parking spots
Yeah.
that it was a challenge.
Sure.
As last year was not as much. It was a good number of people and vendors.
Certainly.
But I think that student or the young entrepreneurs, how did you get these young entrepreneurs like the Lemonade Girls?
Yeah, well, working with that children's entrepreneur market,
Okay.
they had a lot of different connections to these individuals, to the youth that are trying to make a name for themselves in either selling or cultivating whatever it is that they're doing with their organizations. And so our connections there played a huge role in getting those 30 different youth vendors set up in the back area there at the Black Star Project.
You know, one thing I noticed, that was an international group of young vendors.
That's true.
There was Asian, there was Hispanic, there was Caucasian.
That's right.
There was this young group of vendors. Most of them had different things to offer, but it was a very comfortable atmosphere the Black Star and the other sponsors created. And we're fortunate, it was cloudy at first, but
Yeah.
then the sun came out,
That's right, that's
and
right.
things just flowed well.
Yeah, a little bit windy, but outside of that, it was the perfect day as you're describing.
Okay. And my guess is that you probably already started for next year.
Oh yeah, we have emails out thanking folks and doing our plannings. That parking situation that you mentioned is something that we'll be looking out and trying to do some planning around because we want this event to be attended by a lot of folks. So yeah, we're
You
certainly
know,
in the throes.
It wasn't bad parking. I use that cane a little bit now, still getting around after the operation.
Yeah.
But, and don't tell anybody, I parked over in White Castle's park.
That's right. That's right. Yeah.
Yeah, I parked over. But I think there were other few people parking before me because there was not a lot of people buying hamburgers.
Sure.
But there was a lot of cars parked in that area.
That's right, that's right.
And there are no stores on that side of the Lake Meadows parking lot. Yeah.
Certainly. Certainly.
So, I know, little birdie told me that you're going to tell us a little bit about some of the programs over this past year.
Yeah.
And tell me what happened because I sensed that there was a successful program year, the spring part, and others you can tell us about. Tell us about some of the accomplishment with the spring programs.
Yeah, well, one of the larger accomplishments the organization is proud of is that, we had 50 students show up to our Kimberly Lightford Saturday University.
How many?
50 students.
That's a
And post-COVID, that's pretty big.
Yeah.
We're getting back to those engagement numbers that we want to see, helping families and students. That was in our Maywood location.
Yes.
So helping families
lot. I
and
was
students.
Maywood, Illinois. Okay.
That's right. That's right.
And that was, who's the sponsor out there? That was
Our state senator, Kimberly Lightford, is the sponsor.
Lightfoot, not Lightfoot.
Exactly.
Okay,
exactly.
we don't make what.
We want to get the right person.
Get the
there.
right person right.
Yeah,
Okay.
and so the Black Star Project has held a fiscal agency in her name for over 15 years, doing this Saturday University, and so we're continuing and very proud of that tradition.
That's sustainability.
That's right.
That's what Philip Jackson brought. That was the faith, the trust that Phil brought, and people bought into
That's
because it was he was a trustworthy person, and embodied that and kept it going, of course, with Gloria Smith at keeping that tradition going.
That's right. That's right. And it's more than a blessing to be a part of the team and to continue this legacy.
Well, you and the other members of you, talk about your other directors and what they do, just a little bit about them.
Sure. Well, we have Lindsay White. She's our director of community engagement
Got Lindsay?
and initiatives.
Okay.
We
Hi,
also,
Lindsay. You watching? You better be. Go ahead.
we also have Cortez Watson.
Cortez,
And he's
my
working-
older friend.
That's right. That's right.
The Divine Nine member.
And he's working as our director of programs and evaluation.
Okay, next.
And then alongside myself, the director of operations.
Okay.
And we have Miss Pam Carpenter. She's on the
Pam.
team as an office manager as well.
What about Julian still?
Yeah, we still have Zaid around.
Zaid, of course.
McConnell.
Okay.
Yeah, he's a program coordinator and
Okay.
still working with us.
And he started as a teenager.
Exactly. Zaid was a program participant as well, and has transitioned to, like we say, this office coordinator, office manager type of role as well.
Okay. Now, you know what we need to do? We're going to stop and do for a second.
Mm-hmm.
This is kind of a station break, station identification.
Sure.
We are Channel 21, Black Star Still Rising program. Can TV. Call, tell folks they missed the first part of the show. Get them on, tell them how to get on. I've got my neighbors going to be watching today. Shirley, hello, glad you tuned in today.
Yeah.
But tell the audience about, because I want them to see the opportunity, take advantage of the opportunity to volunteer.
Certainly.
What if they want to start to volunteer, and you're going to tell us about what kind of either talent, skills, etc., are important to the Black Star Project period. What number should they call, first of all?
Sure. So
Write this down.
our office number at Black Star, 773
773
285
285
9600.
00. Write that down. Say it one more time for me,
Yep,
Michael.
certainly. 773
773
285
28, right?
9600.
00. Now, tell us about the kind of varied talents that are brought into Black Star and attracted by Gloria and by the directors like you. Tell us
Certainly.
about some of the talents that are
Well-
needed and what can be used.
Certainly. Well, we have individuals from all walks of life working at the Black Star Project. We are a community organization and we engage directly with the community. We believe that everyone has something positive to offer, whether that's logistical things, helping set up for events, helping set up food, pass food out, whether that's talking with students. Everyone has something to offer. We're especially looking for elders to come out this summer.
Elders is how old?
Well, the organization looks as elders as individuals that has
Right.
experience to impart.
Can I be considered an elder?
Certainly.
Okay.
Certainly.
Hello.
Without a doubt.
Am I old enough to be an elder?
Without a doubt. Without a doubt.
I'm
Without a
not
doubt.
sure if I
Yeah.
can understand how you meant that. Without a doubt.
Yeah, of course. No, but we have elders, that are as young as 45 and some that are as old as 85, that are at the organization. And everyone literally
Okay.
has something to impart to the students or to add to the programming or the mission statement that we're trying to protect and project. And so we're looking for individuals specifically this summer with our Ambassadors of Hope program and our Building Chicago's
Let's
Next
stop there
CEO
first. Let's
program.
stop at that ambassadors. Because I know that's one of the exciting programs that you've had
Yes.
success.
Yes.
Tell our audience, because there are folks now, we better write this down, parents, uncles, aunts, big brothers, you should know what Black Star Project has to offer and what your relative can take advantage of. And Michael's going to tell us a little bit about that.
Certainly. Well, for our ambassadors of hope, the current program's thing is Hope in History, a future search of possibilities.
Hope, repeat that.
Hope in History, a future search of possibilities.
You're going to explain that a little bit, right?
Sure.
Okay.
So
good.
this program, it's a social justice learning program where individuals are able to engage in community building and civic engagement activities.
Okay.
So, last summer the students came together to host a block club party, and that was the culminating event hosted at Absolutely Anything Essential.
Oh, right there next to Black Star Project.
Exactly.
Yeah, okay.
Our neighboring non-for-profit. And this community block club party hosted vendors as well, where students could sell things, but also served in the dead heat of the summer as a way for everyone to come together and enjoy each other, to engage in a nonviolent communal way. And so we'll see what the students in this summer's cohort, what they decide to do, but they too will be building a project that's meant to engage the public in a particular way. They'll determine in what way and when they'll do it.
So this is a program with activism
That's right.
at its base.
That's right.
Activism at an early stage. Activism where folks learn early that they have something to not communicate, but to share,
Exactly.
contribute to the community. Talk about that and what examples you've seen of young folks doing that.
Sure. Well, let's take the Juneteenth event we just
Okay.
did. Not only was I there doing what needed to be done from an operations perspective, but we had our triplets there as well.
Oh, that's right. They've
Yeah.
been with the program since the triplets are going into college.
Exactly. They're going to University of Illinois,
All
Champaign-Urbana, all three of
I
them.
hope they got some money.
Yeah, I believe they have
Somebody
full
won.
rides
Okay.
there, and
Okay.
they've been with the organization, I believe, since age 6.
Folks, are you listening to this? These kids are graduating from high school, going into college. They started at 5. Their parents got them involved at 5 years old, contributing to their community, having them understand that they are part of the community, and therefore they have something to do.
That's right. And they were pivotal in getting these youth vendors helped set up for our Juneteenth event.
Because they saw their peers.
Exactly.
Peers saw them.
It's a two-way street.
Okay.
And so these individuals have the opportunity not just to go through programming, but then to turn around and give back to that same community that is invested in them. And it's a beautiful thing to be a part of.
Yeah, it's more than just the concept of community engagement and community activity and that kind of thing. It's a real life experience that parents and those who are watching, you've got to take this time to what's the term? Expose
That's right.
them to these opportunities which will be part of their growth.
That's right, because we are here for the character building. We're here for the confidence building, and not just our students, but in the whole community. So we certainly need you all to come and make that mission continually possible.
And I've heard this talked about before, and maybe you can expand upon this. Violence prevention or anger management. Do they cover that in some of the courses and the things that you're doing?
Certainly. And if not directly in name, it's very hard for teenagers, for students to be out committing crime when they're sitting at the Black Star learning about these different concepts.
Okay.
It's very hard for students to be committing crime when they are a youth vendor at one of our events.
Okay.
And so certainly the work that we do is part of the violence prevention, not just in the city of Chicago, but a lot of what we do is teaching these students how to regulate their feelings, right? Because that is a large onset of violence. If you don't understand what's going on inside of you, generally like to lash out at that.
That's been imposed upon you. If you've been living in a violent environment, whether it's parents or associates or bullies or whatever, you got to find a way to break that cycle. And that's one of the things that Black Star brings in experts.
Exactly.
Okay.
To stop the violent disposition that many individuals find themselves sitting in.
Okay.
That's right.
Now, we've got some other programs that are happening or will be happening over this next summer quarter.
Exactly. So we talked about Ambassadors of Hope. That's happening Monday, Wednesday, and Friday from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m.
Write this down because he's going to repeat this.
Yep.
Monday, Wednesday.
Yep, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. at Black Star Project. Our main office is at 35th and King Drive.
Is that also Philip Jackson
Parkway.
Well, let's get that straight.
Exactly, 3509 South Philip Jackson Parkway.
Okay.
But in addition to that, we'll have our Building Chicago's Next CEO program.
Oh, that sounds.
Yeah.
Listen, that sounds interesting.
And
build the next CEOs.
It's entrepreneurial based.
At what age?
Well, we're for this summer we're focusing on individuals that are a high school and above. So we'll have
You're telling me that high
individuals
school and above that you are after the.
after
And
the
folks,
next
you're not
CEO.
writing this information. Tell them quick. Give that phone number again.
Our phone number at Black Star is 773
773
285
285.
9600.
Shame on you if you don't take the opportunity to find out, to make the call, to see whether your little darlings are eligible for the program.
That's right. Give us a ring. Tuesdays and Thursdays, this program is happening.
Okay.
And it's actually being led by one of my middle school friends, Vernon Fleming. He owns a consulting organization.
Okay.
It's entitled Southside Consulting.
Shout out to Vernon. Go
That's
ahead.
right. And so Vernon, on Tuesdays and Thursdays, will be sending students through different business administration curriculum,
Okay.
introducing them to different topics within business, so that they, have a platform to stand on as it relates to being an entrepreneur.
I think one of our previous guests was a volunteer, Lois Parr.
Yeah.
She taught physics, if not mistaken.
Yeah,
math. Was it math?
Yep, it was math.
And that was what she got her master's in, if I'm not mistaken. She went to SIU. An interesting, exciting background. And she taught in
The Saturday University.
Saturday University. That's what our volunteers do,
That's
and
right.
bring these talents in. You got to listen for these opportunities and see what happens. Tell people what happened when you volunteer. What does that make? I know folks have shared their feelings.
Sure.
Because you might have been a volunteer one time or something.
That's
or
right.
another. What does it make you feel like inside?
Well, it makes you feel complete.
Okay.
No matter what's going on in your personal life, whatever admonishments you do have, whatever achievements you're going after, giving to someone else, it fulfills you in a different way.
Okay.
It takes the mission of the organization, it takes the education of another individual, and it puts that first over your own needs at that direct moment. And it's, again, I've said it several times, but a beautiful thing to be a part of at the Black Star Project.
Watch when you say that beautiful. I don't want to get mixed up with somebody else talking about the beautiful stuff.
Yeah.
But anyway, go ahead. This is a real beautiful stuff.
That's right. This is
This ain't no play.
factually beautiful because we're engaging in the students in the
Okay.
community.
Civic engagement, community engagement has got to be a part of our life and our children's life.
That's right.
If we are to survive as a country, as a nation, as a community. I know we haven't hit some of the points that I've missed and that you want to talk about.
Well, we've mostly hit it all. We just want to thank everyone again for that
Okay.
Juneteenth event. We had a few community sponsors that I didn't bring up.
Now's the time.
Our Absolutely Anything Essential, the Chicago
Tell them where
Defender
they
Charities.
are. Tell them where they're located.
Oh, and they're located right next to us on 35th and King Drive as well,
Okay.
35th and Philip Jackson Parkway.
Okay.
Both Absolutely Anything Essential and Chicago Defender Charities. We also want to give...
Before you get away from Chicago Defender Charities, do they have some event coming up
Yeah,
at the end of the
yeah.
summer, this annual thing?
They
that
have.
We need to talk to the Sin Stacks about?
Exactly,
Okay.
exactly.
Is that the parade?
Without a
Is
doubt.
that the Bud Billiken?
The
That's
infamous.
the Bud Billiken? Oh.
Yes, it's great. It's a great
Oh, boy,
parade.
I marched to it too.
Yeah.
Not
yeah.
recently, but I...
Yeah, he said I've been there. Well, no, we certainly need to have someone from the charities,
We're
different
gonna
charities
get them
come
We're
and
gonna
speak.
get them to come.
But I wanted to pay a special shout out to State Representative Cam Buckner's office as
You're
well.
listening.
They were instrumental in helping us get the necessary permits and things to throw that successful Juneteenth event.
And they didn't charge you for it. That was volunteerism at its highest, right?
Exactly.
Okay,
that's right.
go ahead.
And that's our state representatives engaging with us in the community. And so we just want to thank everyone for that, and certainly thank you for having us here to talk about this today.
Well, give them the phone number again and the email address or the website or let's talk about that real quickly while we've got a few minutes left.
Sure.
Wrap.
So our phone number again is 773-285-9600. Give us a call. Let us know your thoughts. You can reach our website. It's blackstarproject.org. And you can certainly give us an email, shoot us an email. And that's communityinfo@blackstarproject.org.
And if somebody answers the phone, if a voice, an artificial intelligence answers the phone, what happens? They're going to get a call back.
That's right. If you get a voicemail, we monitor our voicemail. But Miss Pam is there in the office.
Okay.
So
Pam Carpenter is there at the office.
Exactly,
Okay.
and myself and Lindsay, so those phone calls certainly will be answered, and if not, will be returned.
So you won't be getting a recorded message. You will be getting an actual.
That's right.
Okay.
That's right. And so,
Folks, you got to follow up on this. This is some tremendous stuff. You're talking about gold.
Yes.
And gold that you pass on. Thank you for being with us today. Can I give you Black Star Still Rising? Shout outs to Gloria Smith, our executive director of the Black Star Project.